Hey everybody, welcome back to Champion Sons and our NCAA football series with the Texas Tech Red Raiders. And we are coming down to the end of the season. In fact, we will have the final two games of the regular season here in this episode. Now, even with that loss last week, we are still 7-3. So record wise, we're still set pretty decently. Recruiting wise, I think we've also got some good things going for some of these higher rated players. I think that Tommy Johnson, he's 68 overall, right? So he's not into the 70s yet. He'll easily be, I would say, an 80s, mid 80s type of cornerback. I think. So that's why we want them. Now we're trailing TCU by 435 points, I believe. So we've got a little ways to go. It's not an insurmountable lead, but at this point, I'm not sure how we're going to get any additional points for him to catch that up. So we'll keep our fingers crossed, but we'll have to see how that kind of goes. Now coming down here, looking at some more of the scouting. Players that haven't been scouted completely. Once again, there's some guys that have locked us out. We just remove them. There's no point in keeping them here. Tommy Johnson is who we're in a battle with. No surprise. We're doing everything we can. We kind of discussed him a little bit earlier, trailing TCU. The downside is TCU's continuing to win. They beat us earlier in the season, so that's not something not basically the way you want to be, the stat you want to have whenever you're facing off against one other team in a recruiting battle is you lose a head-to-head matchup. So maybe we can kind of recover over this after last game's loss to the Oklahoma Sooners. Now we are going to be taking on Oklahoma State this time, but we will be playing in Stillwater away from home. And this is a tough matchup. Some pretty good games, classically, between the Red Raiders and the Cowboys here of Oklahoma State. They've generally had some pretty good matchups that have come down to the wire in recent years. If I'm not mistaken, I believe Oklahoma State does lead this series as far as the win to losses, but we're going to try to get that turned around. Now, you see, we are number 3 in the Big 12. Oklahoma took over the number 2 spot after beating us, both of us being 5-2 in the conference, them having the additional win over us. So we need to get back on the winning track. Like I said, to come down to the end of the season, 7-3 is where we stand right now. This is a big game, poised to get us to go 8-3. And lead us with some momentum to go into the game against the Longhorns to finish off the season. Like I said, first we have the Oklahoma State Cowboys. Now we are going to be wearing our black helmets, white jerseys, black pants. Oklahoma State's got the white helmets, orange jerseys, and the white pants for them today. So this is going to be in Boone Pickens Stadium. It is a hard place to play, one of the harder places in the Big 12. It is loud. It gets crazy. And it's something that we are really going to have to look to overcome. Now, here we are going to jump into it about almost through the first quarter, actually just under 4 minutes to go. And we are driving with possession of the ball here, the first and 10 on the Cowboy 36-yard line. And the first pass we're going to throw is a screen over the middle to John White. He is going to catch it and pick up only about 5 yards on that one. Blockers just couldn't get out there for him in enough time. So 2nd and 5 now from the 32-yard line, trying to take the lead. The score is 0-0 still at this point. 3.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. We knew this was going to be a little bit closer of a game, and it's proving to be as such so far. Now for 2nd and 5. Drop back conception over the middle. John White with the big-time play gets brought down at about the 16, 17-yard line. John White, 15 yards on that one. That's a big-time pickup. He's got 2 receptions for 20 yards so far this afternoon. It is early, so expect more from that man. And now with a brand new set of downs from about the 17-yard line, Conception comes to this line in a pistol formation. 3 receivers to his left side. Play action, rolling out to his right. Drops that one off. Herman makes a catch, one-handed behind him. Thrown behind him, and Matt Herman comes up with a big-time catch there, snagging it. Looks like one-handed gets the snag from off his back hip, basically, and is able to pick up 9.5 yards, bringing us to a 2nd and inches here at about the 6-yard line. Now Conception is going to be in the pistol formation once again. Hand it off to Poole up the middle. A little bit of a hole, and Poole is going to be brought down after about just a gain of a couple of yards as he gets us to about the 4.5-yard line. I'm here and a brand new set. So 1st and goal, position to take the lead. 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Like I said, the score is still 0-0. So it has been a hell of a drive getting down there and getting this thing punched in. So we come out in pistol formation. Once again, it's Conception play action. Rolling to his right. Drops that one in a little out, inaccurate. Probably a poor throw, not something he should have done with everything that we have going on for us right now. So 2nd and goal. Thankfully, we have this 2nd and goal opportunity, trying to figure out a different way to get this thing punched in. I think we need to definitely get them spread out here, so close to the goal line. If we can get them spread out, that should hopefully open up some run lanes for us. And that's what we're going to try to do. As Conception does come out in the shotgun, hands it off to Poole. On the right side, he's not able to make a man miss. He cuts it outside, probably could have cut it back up and scored, but we went outside and are brought down early. So now 3rd and goal here at the 3-yard line, trying to get this thing punched in. All right, we spread them out, and they stood us up. They got us. 1st and goal, once again, they got us. They've been manning up here on these last couple plays. 3rd and goal, this is neat. This is where we need to start converting consistently to become that big team. And Matt Herman, Chad McMillan, he makes the catch. 3-yard touchdown. I thought that was Herman that came across on the slant, but it was McMillan. As he comes in on that slant pattern and he finds him perfectly, Conception drops it into him on the run, just outside of the linebacker's reach, and the Red Raiders make that catch, and we do get the lead 7-0. So now here we are, about 8.5 minutes to go in the second quarter, leading still 7-0. Our defense has done its job and stopped the Cowboys' offense. So here we come. Herman this time with the grab going down the right side, big time gain for about 20 yards. It's all the way down to the 30-yard line. It's just on kind of a deeper little slant pattern, and he makes the catch across the field and has some good speed to pick it up, the additional yardage. So 1st and 10 now from the 29-yard line as we do come to the line here in a shotgun formation. We call it a little bit of a play action. Now, it's kind of still a tiered shotgun, not really a pistol, but more of a shotgun. As we hand it off to Poole up the middle, big hole open. Brian Poole down for 11 yards on that one. Big time run. He's got 39 yards on the afternoon on only 6 carries so far. Pretty decent afternoon for him. Just about 6.5 yards per carry. So 1st and 10 now from the 17-yard line. We are in the red zone, ladies and gentlemen, trying to extend our lead. I said we do lead 7-0, still needing to make this a 2-score ball game. And from the pistol formation, Conception hands it off to Birch. Looks like a little bit of an option play right there, and he handed it off to the first option. Birch is going to take it just for a couple yards off to the left side. No holes really opened up, and the cutback was kind of shut down pretty quickly as well. So now 2nd and 8, Conception in a shotgun formation, 4-receiver set. Hands it, little option keeper. Conception with possession down, lowers his shoulder at the 3-yard line and is stood up and actually knocked backwards to the 5. DeMarcus Conception's got 30 yards rushing on the afternoon. If he only had 32, he would have added a touchdown. He did lower his shoulder and tried for it, but just could not muscle his way through. So now 1st and goal here once again for this Red Raider offense. On our very next drive as we come out in the shotgun formation, 3 yards to the pay dirt. As we send the end around John White, he's into the end zone, touchdown tack. Oh my goodness, oh baby, oh baby. That was a great trick play right there, the end around, send the receiver in motion, get it to him, and he takes that one in easily. As that extends our lead out to 14-0. Now here's our defense finally coming on. They're going to get their little time to shine here. They've done pretty well to hold the Cowboys offense to 0 points so far midway through the second quarter, as we do have about 5.5 minutes to go right now. Still leading 14-0, but the Cowboys are trying to change that as they try to get their first score of the game. With possession at the 37-yard line and a 2nd and 11. Cowboys come out in a shotgun formation. 4 wide receivers. Dunlap gets the snap, starts running up the middle. He's going to be brought down behind the line. Josh Dunlap looks like a quarterback design run, and Stephen White reads that perfectly and takes him down. That is going to be a 1 yard loss, or a couple yard loss, really. And bring up a 3rd and 14 here in the second quarter. 5 minutes remaining. 3rd and 14 at the 39-yard line. This is kind of tough range to be in because if you don't get it, what do? A punt doesn't get you much, and a field goal, you probably don't have the leg for it. So at 3rd and 14, they're going to call a screen pass, and they have blockers out in front, and he stepped out of bounds before he got to the line to gain. He did pick up 11 yards, however, and that's going to bring up a 4th and 3. Josh Dunlap. Pretty good day so far, 7 for 8 for 79 yards. So not the most yard, but hasn't had the most opportunities, and seems like has made the most of what's come available to him. And that kick is going to be up, and it will be through the goalpost. That one is good. 14-3 is where we stand right now. And look at that. Oklahoma has taken the lead over the TCU Horned Frogs. TCU fighting for a Big 12 championship. They are the number 1 team in the Big 12 right now. And so it's, they're up there trying to stay alive, needing to overcome this hurdle of Oklahoma. So now here we are going to be once again a little later in the second quarter, Oklahoma State with possession of the ball in the goal line and our defense needing to make a stand as that first pass falls incomplete under 2 minutes to go. Score is Red Raiders 14, Cowboys 3, as they do only have 3 yards to get into the end zone at a 2nd and goal. So the Cowboys come to the line in a power formation, 2 tight ends to the right, fullback in. They hand it off to Garcia. He's brought down behind the line. Drew Garcia loses a couple yards on that one as he just ran into the defender. There was nowhere for him to go. Pressure was brought. Perfect run blitz play call by this defense, bringing up 3rd and goal now from about the 5.5 yard line. And they're going to be in a pistol formation. Dunlap has the snap, scans over the field, fires it to the left. He's out of bounds. Drew Garcia makes the catch, but he couldn't maintain his balance in bounds and steps out. And that's going to bring up 4th and goal now. And it looks like the Cowboys are going to go for a field goal here. Yeah, and that's a tough call to make. If they make it, they're only down by a score with 1.5 minutes remaining. So they do punch that one through, makes the score 14-6. We only lead by 8 points now. It is a 1-score ball game. And take a look at that. TCU has taken the lead over Oklahoma. They are still in the second quarter. Lots of football left to play in that one. So it'll be interesting to see how that turns out if we do. So now here we are in the third quarter. We do still lead this game, and our defense has done a good job at making the Cowboys hold themselves 2 field goals. So they've had 3 field goals in total. The score is 14-9. We still have a 5-point lead, but we are trying to change that. We just now got the ball into the red zone here in our first possession of the second half in the third quarter. We have a 1st and 10 from the 19. Conception drops back. Wide receiver screen, McMillan up the middle. And Chad McMillan's brought down after a gain of about 9.5, let's call it 10 yards just to give it to him. And that's going to be a pretty big gain for us bringing up, and they're still not going to give it to us, but it looks like a 2nd and inches here in this one as we have the ball at about the 9-yard line. Actually, the 9-yard line. 2nd and inches. Conception in a shotgun. He has a snap. Cowboys bring some pressure. Conception rolls out. He's going to take it. Lowers his shoulder, and he fumbled. But it was before he went across the end zone. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Oh, Conception fumbled that one. Thankfully, the ball bounced out of bounds. So we do have a 1st and goal at the 1, though. So we have another shot at this. We haven't blown it completely. Now shotgun formation. Hand it to Poole. Big hole. Touchdown, Red Raiders. Let's go. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Texas Tech takes the lead again. Extending that lead out, it's a big-time play for us. And now our defense, once again, will do its job and holds the Cowboys to only 3 points. So here we are with possession of the ball again now. Losing a yard on that pass play. The second half has been kind of stingy for us outside of, looks like the one touchdown that we do have. So, Fourth quarter, 7.5 minutes ago, leading by 9, trying to extend this lead. Out there, we throw that one to the left on the slant, almost intercepted. Thankfully, it wasn't, and that will bring us down to a 3rd and 11. We are on the Oklahoma State 48-yard line as we try to push this further into positive territory. Now Conception's going to be in a shotgun formation, 4 wide, 3rd and 11. Hand it off to Poole on the left side. Big hole, cuts it up. Brian Poole, he's going to pick up 12 yards and a first down. Wow, what a rush by Brian Poole on that one as he does what he needs to and picks up that first down for us to bring in a whole new set. So 1st and 10 from about the 36-yard line. Conception comes out in a pistol formation. We send Birch in motion. Conception has the snaps. Little hole open over the middle. Conception, he slides down after a gain of about 14 yards. Saw the hole open over the middle, took off, and he would slide down untouched. Giving himself up in that play there. After a gain of about 14 yards all the way to the 21-yard line here, almost inside the red zone with the 1st and 10. And Conception's going to come out in a shotgun formation, 4 receivers. A little bit of play action to Poole. Fires it over to Jones on the left side. Big catch by Kyle Jones as he picks up 8 yards. His first reception of the afternoon. He's had some nice little spots in some games this year. So it's glad to see him get some time in this one as well. Now 2nd and 2 here from about the 12.5, 13-yard line. Conception comes out in a shotgun formation, 3 receivers to the left. Play action. They bring some pressure, and Oklahoma State's going to bring us down. Conception, he had the play action. The blitzing linebacker did not fall for it at all, and none of the blockers saw him. He came through untouched and will bring us down. So now 3rd and 11, and we are 7 for 7 so far on the afternoon. Here coming into the 4th quarter. So 3rd and 11, drop that one off for John White, who makes a circus catch and then gets blasted for it, losing 2 yards. Man, that sucks. That hit is going to overshadow that catch, but watch this catch. Once again, back hip, one-handed, and then he gets blasted by the Cowboy defender. And that's going to bring up 4th and 13. Now we're at the 24-yard line, so a 41-yard field goal is what we are looking at if we go for it. And I think that is definitely something that is makeable. It's only 41 yards. So we are going to line up for it. Now the wind is against us, but I do think we still have the leg for it, and it looks like, we're going to we missed it? I thought we were going to be able to drop that one through. Oh, you've got to be kidding me, off the crossbars. Oh, that's a disappointment. I thought I went through. We fluffed that one, and we would miss. And so what happens? Oklahoma State takes over. And here they are with a minute and a half in this ball game trying to get a lead. Not even trying to get a lead, but trying to get back in this. They are trailing by 2 scores at 9 points, needing to get a touchdown and then try to get the onside conversion. Onside kick after that. So 2nd and 7 here. The clock is continuing to tick away just at about 1 minute as we get some pressure on Dunlap. He drops it off to Hall to the left side, who's going to be tackled for a loss. Oklahoma State does have to use a timeout on that one. Dunlap throwing a very dangerous pass there. Trailing by 9, you don't want to be that desperate to where you make a pass that loses you the ball game. So maybe we'll see if they can turn around or if our defense can make a play. 3rd and 5 here from the 6. Dunlap has the ball. We bring the pressure, and he gets rid of it. He finds his man. Oh, wow. Andre Miller. Josh Dunlap threw that pass through so much traffic. Andre Miller comes down with it. But here it comes. Now the onside kick. We got to recover it, and we do. Matt Herman is going to pick it up and start running this clock down some, just a little bit extra. All right, so we picked that one up. That is how you're going to seal off this ball game, 21-19. They came back on us. Our offense definitely sputtered in the second half. Their defense played pretty well, though. Give them all the credit in the world. They prevented us from scoring and allowed their offense to get back in this one. But we do come out with the win, right? And that was really an important goal for us here, bouncing back from our loss to Oklahoma at home. We go on the road here into Stillwater, an extremely difficult place to play, and we take the victory home with us. That's something. There's something to be said for that. We are now 8-3 on the season, with the potential to look at a possible 9-win season. Right now, so what do we have to do to get there? This game is over. We did what we needed to. So only one team left in our way, and that is the Texas Longhorns. Now they are going to be traveling here to Lubbock um, to play us. This is a big time rival. Okay, and I can tell you already for season 2, I do move Texas over to the SEC along with Oklahoma. I got to make those conference adjustments. I did miss some, I know. I didn't think about it till after I'd already started season 2. I'll make the rest of the conference adjustments for season 3 and beyond. Um, but right now, this is the biggest rivalry game that we have. And one thing with the switch that's going to come up in season 2 with Texas moving to the SEC is I do still have this game scheduled. In real life, with Texas moving to the SEC, they are still and have been in talks with Tech to continue to have their game annually, a home and home. This is just something they would do at the beginning of the year, generally during their non-conference part of their schedule, right? So that's where that kind of stands, and like legit in the future going forward. So that's kind of what we're going to mimic here in our series right now. With that being said, we have to beat Texas right now. All right, this is a game we have coming up. I'm looking at some of this last second recruiting. A lot of these are guys we pulled in just to fill up the board. We didn't have anybody else that really fit our, I guess you could say, criteria. So we brought in all these other guys to fill that in. Now, once again, our all-star pickup, all-star, he's a 2-star guy, but he's our quarterback. He's a scrambler. He's 73 overall. He's probably going to be one of the more important pickups that we do have. I don't know if he's going to play in season 2, but we'll have to see how all that stuff kind of shapes out for him, right? So we'll see what happens there. Now, this is it. Final game of the season here in Lubbock, facing off against our hated rival, the Longhorns out of Austin, University of Texas. And this is a big time game for us. We are number 2 in the conference. All right. Depending on what happens today, it can always propel us up or not. We have to see how things shape out, right? But a lot can be lost if we do lose this one. I mean, we're talking Kansas State, Oklahoma moves ahead of us in the conference standings. That would change our complete bowl game outlook and everything like that. So this is big time stakes, and it's a rival. We have some kids visiting that we need to make a good impression on. So hopefully we can do that in this one. The Longhorns and the Red Raiders, it is a classic Big 12 matchup, and it's a battle of Texas that we are going to continue to see be waged for years, even after this one. Now, we are going to be wearing our all-black uniforms, black helmets, black jerseys, black pants, basically, since Texas comes in their all whites. So why not? Red Raiders, we are going to defend our home, the black and red Jones AT&T Stadium. And look at that. We are ranked for the first time all season, number 25 in the country, and our chance to make a stand. And we get into this one not looking too good. 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. And Texas is leading 7-0, and you can get a pretty good example why. Our tackling has just gone to Chitsky. Total poor form. We have forgotten how to tackle, and Texas has just started to run the ball all over us as they get a big one down the sideline right there, bringing up 1st and 10. A little bit of play action, drop it off to the running back. 3 Red Raiders right in front of him, and we're going to bring them down for a gain of 4. Pretty good defensive play for us right there, limiting their gain. But need to probably have some tighter coverage. Now 2nd and 6, going in the hurry-up offense. They run an option keeper. Sullivan out and wide, breaking tackles as we finally bring him down, but he got the yard to gain. As he is stiff-arming the first defender they got there, we do bring him down after that. But it's not a good sign when you're having to gang tackle the opposing team's quarterback. So now in the very next play, 1st and goal, and they're going to be driven backwards on that one. Our defense busts through the line, and there's nothing they can do as we bring them backwards. He ran into his offensive lineman, Welsh did, and just got basically knocked backwards and tackled for a major loss. And that's going to bring up 2nd and goal from the 15-yard line now as they send a man to motion. Hand it off to Davis. No one in front of him. Up the middle, Davis picks up 12 yards on that rush play. You know, it's not a good sign when the backup running back is hammering you for 12 yards on wide open field, right? 3rd and goal. Option keeper Sullivan has it. We try to stop him, and Sullivan's going to run into the end zone and take a 2-score lead on us. All right. I see how y'all are playing this, Texas. So here we go. Start of the second quarter, 25-yard line. We send a man in motion, hand it off to John White. Kind of wiggles forward for some good space, picks up a 6-yard rush on that one. His first carry of the day. Hopefully we don't have to resort to that kind of trickery too often in this one. 2nd and 4 here at the 20-yard line as we do enter the red zone right now on this drive, trying to cut into this lead. Just get something. We need to make an impact right here. Okay, it's starting to get a little too late. So 2nd and 4, Conception drops back, fires it over to Ryan Weber, who's come back from injury but has had a pretty rough day so far as he makes that catch and gets us a good few yards down to make it a 3rd and 2 at the 18-yard line. As DeMarcus Conception is 6 of 7 on the afternoon, but not very many yards. This defense has been pretty tough to figure out and penetrate on. Now Ryan Weber up the right side and is stopped on a 4th and 1. You've got to be kidding me. We had the space. Their guys got off the block quick and just shut us down on that one. But 4th and 1, we have to go for it. 8 minutes to go in the second quarter. Come out pistol formation. Hand it off to Weber. He's got the first down and a little bit more. Ryan Weber down to the 7-yard line. Big time rush by the Red Raiders right there on a 4th and 1. And that's actually going to bring up 1st and goal here for this offense as we have been driving so far here in the second quarter. Conception comes to the line in a shotgun formation. He's got Poole and Weber in the backfield. Weber in motion. Conception with the snap. Scans over. Fires it over the middle, and that one's knocked away. Almost intercepted by Marvin Scales of the defense right there. But he does knock that one away. So it falls incomplete. 2nd and goal now from about the 10-yard line. Needing to make something happen. Conception comes out in a shotgun formation as we run a little option keeper. Big time hole up and over the middle. Conception powers forward for only 9 yards. Oh, we were right there. We should have had it. Should have had it. At the 1-yard line. 3rd and goal. Here we come. 3rd and goal. We are 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversion. Shotgun formation. 3 receivers to the left side. Option keeper. We have the hole. Conception in for the end zone. And Texas Tech is on the scoreboard. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. DeMarcus Conception, or Concepcion, however you want to say it, gets into the end zone on that option keeper. Untouched. Cuts into this lead as the score is now going to be 14-7. Here's one problem that our defense has had all season. Tackling and getting stops on 2nd and 3rd down. And if you see, bounced off the running back right there, Welsh just knocking guys over. And then almost runs through that last tackle, but thankfully we do bring him down. Now the Longhorns are driving. They have a 1st and 10 now at about the 16-yard line as they're going to come out in the 3 wide receiver set shotgun formation as Sullivan is in the backfield with Welsh. Now Sullivan gets the snap. Little play option keeper to hand off to Welsh up and over the middle. Looks like an RPO that they handed that one off on. Pretty good RPO to see. Had a pretty big hole open there for a little bit. Just couldn't dance around his guys enough and ended up tripping over them and falling down for and be brought down after a gain of only 3. So now 2nd and 7 from the 14-yard line. Sullivan with the snap, play action. And stands in the pocket, finds Hayward over the middle. Hayward into the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorns. And they will be up by 2 scores once again here in the second quarter. Now we're going to try to bring this one right back on them. All right, they just scored. Now we have 3 minutes to go in the second. We're trying to do the same thing. Screen pass to Weber. He breaks it outside. Good block and breaks a tackle. Picks up only 6 yards. They kept bouncing us outside. We just couldn't find that lane to cut up inside on it. So we do pick up 6, though, and brings up a second and very manageable yardage there at 2nd and 4. Shotgun formation, 2 tight ends to the right side, 2 receivers off to the left. Little option. Conception up the middle. Big hole! DeMarcus Conception cuts to the right and is finally brought down at the 11-yard line as he picks up nearly 30 yards. Breaks it out on the hole on the left and starts veering back to the right to avoid the defenders. Just didn't have enough speed to get to the corner. And he is brought down. Actually, at the 11-yard line is where they are going to spot them. As we're going to come out and what looks like a little wildcat formation. Weber, option keeper. Weber, big hole, touchdown, Tech. Get your guns up. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Welcome back, Ryan Weber, as he gets a big hole open on the left side and gets that touchdown to bring us within a score. Now, here we are at the start of the fourth quarter. Okay, things went a little haywire for us defensively there in the quarter number 3. We did grab a field goal, but that was it. Texas grabbed a couple touchdowns and a field goal, or a field goal and a touchdown there in the third quarter. So we are trailing by 2 scores right now. Texas does have the ball and is trying to extend this out to a 3-score lead. We need to make a defensive stand. And on 3rd and 11, Sullivan drops it out over the middle. And our defense is going to hold. Big time play as we finally get the snap. Josh Sullivan, who's 15 of 15 on the day, has not thrown an incomplete pass, but guess what? We get the stop. And that is a big time stop. You know, it doesn't sound like much to think, hey, 3 scores is still 3 scores. 17 is still a 3-score ball game. But it's easier, it's more surmountable than a 21-point deficit. I promise you that much. Okay. So 1 quarter to go. This is our opportunity as we drop that one off, and we're going to find Jones down the left sideline all the way down to the 10-yard line. Big time response here by our offense trying to cut into this lead even more. Now, there is still 7 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, but I'm no fool. Time crunch is happening. 3 possessions is what we are down. So shotgun formation, 4 wide. Conception. They bring the pressure. We drop it off to John White. He's going to be stopped on the wide receiver screen, but at least he actually made a catch instead of fumbling or an interception, as they are brought down at about the 10-yard line, give or take. So 2nd and goal is what we're looking at now. 4 wide once again as we make a slight adjustment in a shotgun formation. Conception scans the field, fires it. That's going to be caught by Herman. Down at the 5-yard line, Matt Herman has 6-yard reception. And that's going to bring up 3rd and goal as we are trying to get moving here on this one to get set up. We need a touchdown. We have to be smart about this and call the right play. So 3rd and goal here. Still over 6 minutes remaining. We come out in the shotgun formation, 4 wide. Brian Poole up the middle. Pull forward. Touchdown, Tech. Get your guns up. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. And that's going to bring us back to within 10 points. 34-24 is what the score is. And right now, Texas is trying to extend that. But maybe we can hold them and they make a catch down the left sideline. Hoping we could hold this offense to 0 points. Now there's 4.5 minutes. So any points they add makes it that much more difficult. But once again, if we can make it a field goal, we have a fighter's chance. And that's all I ask for is a fighter's chance. Sullivan has the snap, scans over the field. We bring pressure. He scrambles, and he gets away and gets down to about the 3-yard line. Josh Sullivan picks up 13 yards. Singletary chased him down and didn't get to him until about the 3. Thankfully, he made the tackle, though, or else he was going to score untouched. Now they come in a pistol formation. Sullivan with the snap. Has a little play action. Hands it to Davis. Davis to the right side, and Patrick Davis is going to get a touchdown. And that is going to do it. I mean, look at that score. 41-24 at that time. Nothing we could do. I mean, it just seemed like our defense in the second half just could not. I mean, really, first half also couldn't do anything. We couldn't get the stops, as many that we needed, right? We had some stops in the second half. None in the first. That was problematic and really put us down whenever we couldn't execute like we needed to on third downs, resulting in us having to give the ball away and allowing them to score. Now, Conception is a finish to a regular season that leaves a sour taste in our mouth. We do still have a bowl game, though, so we can rebound off of this loss and going into that bowl game. But this one was a tough one. Now, like I said, this finishes our regular season. Next episode, we will have the bowl game. We'll see what bowl we are going to be playing in during that episode, though. And so, with that in mind, I do want to remind you to hit the subscribe button if you have not already. And if you did like today's video, definitely go ahead and give us a thumbs up, as it really does help out the channel. And we really greatly appreciate everything that y'all do for us here at Champ and Sons. So, we're going to move on to the bowl season and see how everything shapes out for us in the next episode, in our bowl game episode. I will see y'all then, everybody. So, as always, stay safe and well. You guys know how it goes by now. Later, y'all.